Well, if you've ever wondered how your business can do more than just make money, how it can create real change and what I call ripple effects, this episode is for you. We're going to explore strategies to integrate social and environmental impact into your business model while still achieving aligned profitability. It's time to align your profit with purpose and create sustainable growth. Welcome to the Grow Your Business for Good show. This is a place where coaches and consultants gather so you can learn how to lead a world-class business that does not tax your time, your energy, or your financial resources. We are your hosts, Shannon Hernandez
and Amy Hager of the Joyful Business Revolution. And our number one goal is to bring you clarity and insight on how to grow your business for good. Hello, today we're diving into a transformative concept that's reshaping how businesses define success. We call it the triple bottom line. And so that means we're focusing on people, planet, and prosperity to drive sustainable growth.
Yeah, and you may know the triple bottom line approach is usually people, planet, and profit. But since we talk at Joyful Business Revolution all the time about profits for purpose, I've changed the last word to prosperity because your profit and your prosperity have a lot to do with other factors than just the money. And that's what we're going to be diving into over the next few episodes. So we live and breathe this triple bottom line approach here of people, planet, and prosperity at Joyful Business Revolution. And we're going to take you behind the scenes today and kind of talk about some of the ways people, planet, and prosperity are layered into our business model. Because what we want more than anything is to continue creating ripple effects that go well beyond what I could ever see coming through into my bank account. And true disclaimer, gonna tell you, these are things you can think about earlier rather than later. Yeah. But if you are a more established business, we can help you start thinking about how to build this kind of purposeful profit into your business model now. So it's never too late to start. That's really what we want you to know, right? So I want to ask all of our listeners a question today, and it's a pretty loaded question, so you might need to stop, grab a piece of paper, do some journaling. But what does success mean to you? And this is a question Amy and I ask our clients before they hire us. It's a question that we talk a lot in our email. And I'm so glad to say, I think the tides are finally turning in the online business world, where we're not just talking about revenue anymore or profit anymore, right? And so if you're only thinking about success in terms of profit, we're going to blow your mind this episode, all right? And we want to ask you to go a little deeper with us and to think of what is success in terms of leaving a lasting positive impact on people and the planet, right? And so if you've ever wondered, how can my coaching, consulting, and service-based business even do this? I don't sell equipment to go hike up the mountains in the Rockies, right? We're going to explore strategies where you can integrate social and environmental impact into your business model while still achieving aligned profitability.
So I want you to settle in because we do want to share some real stories and some examples and a little bit of a framework to help you create or shift into a purpose-driven brand. But I want to make sure that you actually have hit pause and answered Shannon's question. What does success mean to you? And I love to frame it in this way. How would you define your business as successful if you could never talk about the revenue you make or the success that your clients have? So that might help you go deeper a little bit on that one.
It's such a good question. And personally, I wish my previous coaches had been asking me that because I think it would have changed a lot of my turmoil up front about revenue, profit, right? So we really are taking a holistic look at things. But to kick this off, I want to tell you a story about a business that redefined their version of success by embracing the triple bottom line. Okay, this was a small travel agency. And when we got to rethinking their business structure, we actually were able to help them transform into a community first focused organization. And so they were prioritizing sustainable tourism while supporting local economy. They weren't just here anymore to grow financially, right? They wanted to create this ripple effect of positive change for the communities that they served. And one of the benefits, I think, of working with a whole bunch of different industries that Amy and I have the opportunity and the honor to work with here at Joyful Business Revolution is these people help me think differently, right? Yeah. And so we're going to talk about how working with a travel agency through this lens actually impacted how and where we host our retreats and why we're so committed to sustainable tourism. But I do take a quick pause for a side conversation because Amy actually helps host a podcast, I believe, around sustainable travel or sustainable tourism, or did at one point. So Amy, what do you want to say about this topic? I'm sure you have a lot to say.
Well, so I think the one thing, yes, I'm still the host of the Rise Travel Institute's podcast, Unpacking Conversations of Sustainable Travel. And I actually was the co-founder of, well, I guess I created their marketing and communications team. So everything that they're implementing was kind of based off of the original foundation of the strategy. But I think what I have learned the most, because I've been in the tourism industry a long time now, and when we're talking about sustainable tourism, we're not just talking about recycling and going green and using solar energy to power things. We're really talking about systematic change and looking at how all of the pieces play in together. It's not just, I'm traveling to this place, I want to give back, so maybe I'll volunteer. Or I'm traveling to this place and I want to make sure I'm renting my lodging from someone local and not a large corporation. There's so much more to think about it when we're thinking through this. And so the term systematic change has really, really been the key to looking at the sustainable growth and how to achieve true sustainable tourism. So thank you for asking.
So fun.
Well, so
yeah. Amy, what's at the heart of the triple bottom line approach? There's a question that we think about in our work with clients.
So I think the question, how I like to frame it is, how can we grow while uplifting people and protecting the planet? And I think we need to, again, break it down in these three areas of people, planet, and prosperity to then look at how they're all interactive. So Shannon, do you want to break down people first?
Yeah, let's tackle it together. So the case for people. Let's start with the people, y'all. You got to have people and take care of your people when it's time to have a profitable business, right? If you're an asshole going around doing asshole things, treating teams like asshole, being an asshole on social media, being an asshole here and there, it ain't ever going to work. So we got to start with the people. And so here at Joyful Business Revolution, we're only going to take you behind the scenes of a couple of points, but one of the things is we really believe here in authentic, consent-based communication. All right, now what's it mean? It means we are asking you before we coach you on a Zoom. We are asking you if you'd like to get on our email newsletter list and not just putting you on there because you scheduled a call with me and Amy. Right? We are giving you an opportunity in every newsletter to unsubscribe if you don't want to get it anymore, or to change your preferences, or even to unsubscribe out of certain parts of the communication. Let's say we're going into a launch and you don't want to hear about the launch, right? So we're really about this consent-based connection and consent-based communication. And so why does that matter, right? When we're talking about prioritizing people. Well, we try really hard here to foster inclusive environments that empower people in general, but also really empower marginalized communities and promote gender equity. This is one of the things that you'll be hearing more about in this year to come, right? And so, one of the ways we do that is we offer scholarships that can ensure that our transformative business growth and email coaching programs are accessible to those who might be otherwise unable to participate, right? And so this feels so good to us. We've always had this scholarship program in place, I'd say for the last 4 or 5 years. And it feels good to make sure that we have profitable pricing so we can do some of these other things. And I think that's what I really need to hit home first, just as an aside, is you can't offer scholarships if you're not priced for profit, if you're not paying yourself well, if you're not paying your team well, if you're not able to go on a vacation and unplug from the grind of social and the grind of running your business. And so this all comes back to, are you priced for profit? And then what are you going to do with the profit? In our case, for people, we prioritize scholarships, right? We want to focus on this empowerment of others so that we create these ripple effects and we create meaningful, lasting change. And so authentic, consent-based communication, marketing, and connections is one of the ways that we prioritize people in this brand. And it's one of the ways that really we go about building trust in the industry.
And I think, Shannon, you're nailing it right on the head. You're not just changing one person's life, like you're impacting their family, their community, their clients, their future generations. But we could not do this if our brand and our business was not making a profit. And if we weren't paying ourselves, if our team wasn't being paid well. So making sure you take care of self first, fill your cup up first, put your oxygen mask on first before taking care of others, I think is really, really important when we focus on people and really putting people at the forefront of your brand and of your business. Let's move on to planet. Are you ready for it, Shannon?
Yep, totally ready for our beautiful planet.
Well, so one of the things that we really embrace here at the Joyful Business Revolution is called seasonal business design, which really helps our clients align their, and us, let's be honest, we're doing this as well, align their work with the rhythms of the natural seasons. And so this approach has really reduced burnout. It's supporting neurodivergent business owners. It's creating balance and really that opportunity then for true sustainable holistic growth. And one way to really create that sustainable impact is by designing your business around the seasonal rhythms. So, for example, right now we're in winter. Winter is our time for reflection and planning because spring is the new season for growth. And so when you think about it, this is good for the planet. This is how our planet runs. Why wouldn't this be good for you and your team too?
Absolutely. And it's an interesting way to go about doing business, especially when we've been indoctrinated into a arbitrary calendar
Ugh.
with an arbitrary quarterly tracking system that's connected to capitalism. And this was the year, I know, Amy, that you were like, whoa, we're going to go there. This was the year that I said, enough, we're freaking doing it. I'm going all in and I'm going to start talking about it. Right. And so something as simple as you, our dear listener, thinking about your business, not in terms of quarters, but in terms of seasons and what happens in nature during the season can help you, one, be in tune with nature. It can help you maybe do, I'm just thinking volunteering. Like if your business model is set up where you're taking care of people and you're taking care of planet, maybe you're also doing some volunteering that could be around the good of the planet, right? If that's your jam, right? I'm not saying that it has to be. But I want everyone to think about your seasonal business design. And can you just feel like a spaciousness when you think, oh my God, winter actually goes until March 20th. I should be resting.
Mm.
I should be reflecting. I don't have to hit the ground running January 1 and be ready to go. No, you don't. All right. Now, another way that we embrace, helping the planet here at Joyful Business Revolution, we kind of teased it a little, is we decided to start hosting destination retreats that partner with local businesses, right? So in the past, we've had beautiful retreats. I've held them at like luxury resorts in Mexico, for example. But when we really started saying, like, where do we want our money to go? Where do we want our clients' monies to go, right? We decided we want to support the local economy. And this way we get to create experiences to take our clients on and for us to participate in well, but they align with the sustainability goals. Okay. And we just released a podcast episode a few back where we interviewed Chef Anna and Rob, where we're having our Mexico mastermind retreat in September 2025, right? And that was such an important move for us to make because we know that going there creates the ripple effects in that community.
Yeah.
And that's really, really exciting to us.
Well, and I think part of that too is like we got to know the people who work there, right? From there was a construction project going on, from the people who clean the rooms, like they are all just immersive with you in that experience. And I think that's key. We got to really learn more about their families, learn more about what brings them to do this type of work. And so when we're really prioritizing impacting local communities, supporting local economies, when we find those destination retreat hosts that also align with that, it's just like so easy. And it's like we knew these people for years and years and years when we just met. So I think you'll know when it's right. And again, this just isn't like a like theoretical idea. When you really pause and you prioritize sustainably building deeper relationships with your customers, with your partners, with your vendors, whatever you label these people who value brands that care about people, planet, and the environment, you can't go wrong with that. So take the time to really find the people that you're aligned with.
I love it. All right, now we're going to talk about prosperity. All right, the case for prosperity. And if you really jive with what we're going to talk about here, you are not going to want to miss the next episode. All right, because we're going to dive into all the ways you can be looking at prosperity in your business. Okay, not just through the lens of money. But most people in the triple bottom line call it people, planet, and profit, which is fine. Here we've chosen the word prosperity. And through our programs, one of the things we're most proud of is we help clients achieve sustainable aligned growth by building in repeatable revenue streams. All right. That is one way we have put prosperity into the work we do with clients. Because if you're like most of our clients, yeah, we love our business, but we also need a break sometimes, right? We need to go and be able to unplug. We want to have holiday time with our families. Heaven forbid, somebody gets sick, passes away, or you get sick and you need time to heal. Making sure, once again, that you have revenue streams that are prosperous so you can take time away is huge. All right. And I will reiterate this again. Financial independence is a tool for empowerment and advocacy, right? This is why We don't have bottom of the barrel pricing here. I don't think I've ever said that like that. And man, that feels good. All right. One is because Amy and I are working very closely with our clients, right? We're making sure everyone's on track with their strategy, with their marketing, with their growth goals, with what's in their heart, with their version of success. This isn't where you just come in and enroll and you never see us again. We're with you every step of the way. And so we have to pay ourselves and we have to pay our team, right, for the time that we're all putting in. But we also have the profit left over to do prosperous things. And this is all about leveraging your profits for purpose, which is one of the things that we always talk about on this podcast, right? We are able to set up our joy tank where we can help our BIPOC, our LGBTQ friends, our neurodivergent business owners really get the support they need and desire and deserve through scholarship funding here at Joyful Business Revolution. So aligned profitability isn't at all about chasing revenue at all costs. It's about creating purpose-driven profits that ripple out further than you ever are going to see in your lifetime. And that to me is like so exciting and just jazzes me up.
So I think just to reiterate what Shannon is all jazzed about, let's not forget to measure success beyond financial metrics. And if you're sitting here and you're listening to Shannon and mine's story about scholarships and being able to give back to these communities, know that we started small. Originally, it was like $10 a month that we were giving to an organization that we really believe deeply in. And now we've been able to grow it where we can give more. And so don't feel like you have to start big, start where you're at. And so you can look at other prosperity metrics like your team's well-being, your customer satisfaction, how much time you take away from your business. Don't forget, those are all important metrics too. And so don't just measure yourself against us and what we share in our story. I really want to hear that. Again, how are you describing your thriving business, your successful business for where you're at right now in your journey?
Absolutely. So let me give you the quick framework to put your ass in action, as I like to say. All right. How do you integrate the triple bottom line into your business? Here are 4 steps to take. Number 1, define your core values around people, planet, and prosperity. Right? There are lots of things I could be giving my money to, but I've picked the ones that are most important to me and aligned with my values. Number 2, assess your current impact in these areas. And if you're just getting started, you may need help thinking through this, right? You may need help thinking through, well, maybe you don't have all the profit yet that you can do, but what can you do with what you have? Right? Ding, ding, ding. That's a good time to set up a call with Amy and talk through this. All right. Step 3, set some measurable goals, right? Would you like to offer scholarships? Would you like to improve the team well-being? Right? These are measurable goals. And as you all know, I'll say it until I'm dead in the ground, what you measure grows. Mm-hmm. And step number 4, build systems to track your progress. And don't forget to adjust as needed. All right. You can have some tools, a simple spreadsheet. Just look at a few metrics that will help you stay on track. And above all, remember, this is not about perfection. It's about progress towards purpose, planet, and prosperity.
So let's go ahead and wrap this up. The triple bottom line is more than just a business strategy, and it's a really good way to create meaningful, lasting change. And so I want to encourage you to reflect on your business today. How do you prioritize people and planet alongside profitability? What's the one small step you can take this week to really align your business with your purpose.
And if you're ready to dive deeper, we invite you to check out our joy-fueled business growth coaching program. This is where we help you integrate the triple bottom line into your strategy and create that ripple effect that goes further than you've ever imagined.
All right, in our next episode, Shannon kind of teased to this, but we're going to be diving into our um mind-blowing shifting concept. I'm just going to say, when I first read this, I was like, "What?" And so I'm so excited that we're finally sharing it with you. It's the 10 dimensions of wealth. And so true wealth really extends far beyond money, which I think you probably know after listening to us today. It encompasses time, health, relationships, and so much more. So until next time, let's grow with purpose. We'll see you then. Bye.
Adios.